Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Match 2 of our doubleheader here on this beautiful Saturday evening. My name is Bull Skunk alongside Chef Billy, and we're bringing you some Tier 2 action here to round out the night as we have Guardians at Astra taking on Data Demons, and what's sure to be an all-out brawl here. Billy, we'll get to talk about these two teams in a moment, but before we do that, I have a question for you. Burning questions. But, you know, a cheese factory exploded. Did you hear about this? A cheese factory exploded in France.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, debris was everywhere. Okay, so
You could have done better than that.
Cheesy jokes. You gotta love some cheesy jokes. That one coming at you courtesy of Rebel Fanatic. Thank you so much for the dad joke. Hope you stuck around. And with that aside, let's get to talk about these two teams. Billy, how have Data Demons and Guardians looked coming into Week 5?
All right, so we were talking about this in the pregame, and the standings for one team is hyperinflated because of a couple of forfeits. On the other side, they're a legit scoreline. So let me get into that instead of being so cryptic. Data Demons coming in, they did win their first match of the year. In week 1 against the Guild, 3-1 very convincingly, and the Guild is no slouchy opponent. As I played against them Tier 1, and they all moved up to Tier 2,
right?
Because of SR game. So I mean that was good. Then they get a 4-0 forfeit win over Nightfall. They fall the next week to Levitate. 0-4, they get full swept, and then last week they get another 4-0 forfeit win, so that brings them to 3-1. So they're 3-1, 11-3 map points. So, I mean, good there.
On the other side, Yeah.
On the other side, Guardians add Astra, coming in 4-0 with a 11-3 map point differential. They have only lost one map across all the competitions so far, and they've only lost one map per week. So they are coming in here firing on all cylinders, getting 3-1 wins and then a 3-0-1 win in week 2 versus a Frontier Nebula team that showed a lot of promise in the preseason, but didn't really come to fruition.
And it's something you mentioned in our pregame that really stuck out to me is there's been no forfeits in this 4-0. They have fought and won every single one of those W's and come in here with a true undefeated record as we head into map 5. Or week 5, rather.
Week 5.
I was switching over to maps. My brain got a little cross-wired there. But speaking of, what an excellent segue. Did you like that segue there, Fritz? We are headed into Busan here for our control map for week number 5. That will be followed by King's Row will be your hybrid. Temple of Anubis, your assault map. And then Watchpoint Gibraltar will be the final map in this 4-map set. And your escort map here for the week. Ilios, your tiebreaker if necessary, and man, do I hope it's necessary. I love me some map 5s.
I want map 5.
And then going into our hero pool here, just a quick reminder of who you will not see on the battlefield, as there will be no giant German Crusader, no cowboy, no sniper, and no brig. I didn't have a clever nickname for the brig, just brig. Brig house. Which, I mean...
He's a brig house.
Ow!
Ow!
Oh, but, I mean, the brig has actually been pretty strong in recent weeks. So, I mean, that's... Between missing your Reinhardt and your Brigitte, I feel like it's a big blow for Death Ball. And it seems to have given the teams a lot of trouble here. It's been the team that can best utilize double shield and manage those two tanks that seem to be coming out on top so far here in week 5.
Yeah, I mean, it's been really, really double shield dominant. We've seen Dive come out quite a bit, though. That's the big point, is that Dive has come out. Dive. I like it. Add point. If you don't do a Winston Sigma dive, which I'm still scratching my head over that one.
I mean, I admire some creativity, but there's got to be a strategy behind it. You know, you can't just throw things at the wall and hope they stick.
Well, it's stuck to the bottom of profit. collective shoe.
It did indeed.
So, yeah. So I mean, have we discussed here our map? Yeah, we did. We discussed maps and everything else. So, I don't want to say it yet, but if it's anything to what their record brings in right now, this could be very one-sided. Could be, but we don't really know what data Demons can pull, because basically what I can pull is their record, and they won a match and they lost a match, and the other two were forfeit wins. So either they're going to show up and show out, or it's going to be a very fast series here for Guardians, because I know them very well, love all of them, and I really want to see a good performance out of both teams. So I'm going to send us into Busan rather than us flapping our lips here all night long. And, you know, we've seen a plethora of double shield comps coming match today.
Yes, sir.
And I think that we continue to see it, but Diva is not being used very much. That's kind of a head scratcher to me, because I've been thinking, you know, there's a lot of high ground control that you could be dealing with. You could be dealing with Ashes, could be a lot of Ash right now. The ability to change the eye level is something that we haven't seen. People are they're trying to play this weird meta that has been invented by the Overwatch, and some teams just can't do it. Like Tidal RTC, top tier team for. I mean, they're a high B, low A tier team in the tier 3 scene, and they got squashed because of the meta. So, does it translate over to tier 2? I don't know. I'm not sure if they're going to be so stuck to it.
Well, we are getting Guardians in the red jerseys, starting us off with a unusual composition here, as everybody's just kind of sitting around. I think we need to pause here. I'm not sure quite what's going on.
Yep.
As it looks like Valkyrie Babe hasn't quite made it into the match. Might want to see if we can communicate with our team, see what the heck is going on there. Meanwhile, we'll send you back to our ugly mugs.
Yay!
Yay! And, you know, I can't help but wonder, Billy, where's your beard? We had a comment last night of all the fantastic beards, but I can't help but notice you're such clean shaven.
No, I've got a beard right here. I'm just a ginger. I feel attacked.
No, you're just lucky enough to have that beautiful red hair. That's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. We could briefly talk about what we've seen so far, though we don't know if any of these compositions will swap. But, you know, we're going to be keeping an eye on Legit Twinkie all night long, should I say, in the DPS role for Guardians, as well as Zach Hamwell, their main tank player. These two have been big difference makers so far for them this year, and a big reason that they're 4-0 coming into Week 5. On the other side of things, you know, in this Marvel-themed team, as we have Iron Man, War Machine, and Hulk here on the side of Data Demons. So we'll see if they can pull up the upset, because I think they are definitely a David to the Goliath that is Guardians coming in. Now, another thing it's
take a look at what Guardians doing right now.
Yeah, they're all sitting around the karaoke. Another thing worth mentioning here is we do have Echo available for the first time here in Week 5. As it does look like our teams are set and ready to go. Guardians looks like they're going to swap over to a bit of a dive composition with the Hammond and the Diva. And in fact, Legit Twinkie on to our newest hero and take it to the skies with Echo.
Yes, and we're seeing Dive come out, well, kind of a dive. I mean, they're running Arissa, but
yeah, it's like a bunker with a wrecking ball off tank.
Yeah, and I'm liking it.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's good for putting pressure on. Iron Man going to go ahead and find first blood, but gets traded out. DPS missing on both sides. Hulk Smash finds the kill on Taz, takes the Diva off the playing field here. But it's Guardians moving their way onto the point, and they're going to force the members of Data Demons to try to take it back. Wrecking Ball pushing in, trying to do just that. Gets kind of booped around, but finds himself not 1 but 2 kills. With that, just rolling around and smashing into people. Using his hook line to great effect there. Zakim will try to come in and answer back, but man, that's a lot of damage we're running into. Valkyrie Babe already 70% towards that Riptire. Iron Man already with Dragons online.
Yeah, and I think that they just, I think Real Plays All Day has decided to get out of there with his head intact. I mean, but look, 42% already gained for Guardians. So I think that's a good foray onto the point right there. Ultimate's coming up online for both teams. 3 on the side, almost 4 for Data Demons. But, I mean, mine got almost you almost have a Nano Boost ready for Propel. So this could be an old extravaganza here very early in this match.
Yeah, gonna have Sound Barrier to start things off on the side of Data Demons. Looks like Dragons coming out from them as well, as Zakwell has laid some mines all over the point. It's now very dangerous here for the blue squad, but they've thrown their own sound barrier in for the Guardians as well. Real Plays coming up with a big kill there, picking off the Mercy, denying that res factor, but I think the reinforcements are dwindling here for Guardians. As they try to take this thing back, we did get a duplicate coming in from Legit Twinkie, but doesn't quite build up towards the tire that he was looking for, and indeed Guardians are chased off as we have 55% of the board and counting for Data Demons.
Man, they invested so much and getting nothing out of it. They invested duplicate, invested the pulse bomb, they invested mines, they invested the nano boost, they invested the sound barrier. Now all you're left with right now is a stuffed truck, and I mean, they only have the one shield, but that's the big thing.
Looks like Guardians pathing around to this far left side as Hamill's gone over to the Orisa for a little bit more shielding. They do have a May waiting for him, and oh, the Diva Bomb finds 2. Real Play finds a pair as well. Legit Twinkie cleaning things up, and Guardians flipping this point right back on over.
That was, I mean, just for the lack of them having it available, that was a very economic push. With just the one destruct being thrown in there. The Billy Millie getting wiped out by Twinkie in their back line.
Yeah, Billy taking an unfavorable duel. And Echo just chews up the hamster. Poor little guy cannot run in his hamster wheel anymore. Or hamster ball, should I say. As we do have Data Demons coming back and pathing around through Coast once again. Maybe while coming up to split the Orisa from the rest of the pack. And Hulk Smash down super low, deleted back to spawn with you. They're going to try to get the res. They do find the res, but Nox giving over his life in the process, sacrificing himself to get the Orisa back on board. The Billy dropping mines on point, and Legit Twinkie falls to those mines. Nevertheless, I think Guardians are in a position to hold, but here comes the sound barrier from the other side. Data Demons trying to take this thing back. Ball moving on to point, getting chased off by the Diva. Meanwhile, back on the front line, Orisas are just going like right up and close and personal on each other, trying to chase out Hulk as he does eventually go down, but they lost a couple people in the process. No more healers standing here for Guardians as they try to hold on to this point. 99-85 on the board. Overtime Wick is burning.
Huge blizzard coming out from Real Plays All Day. Oh my goodness.
And Legit and Real Plays finding a pair of kills at the back of that. Supercharger there to help out, and Guardians will emerge with downtown in their pocket.
Oh my goodness, that was absolutely fabulous. Supercharger Blizzard combo coming from Zoc and Real Plays. Man, that was dicey there for a little bit. Even with the sound barrier invested by War Machine, not enough to keep his squad up. And that's a 1-0 early lead here for Guardian at Astra. So, nice comeback. I think they got a little bit surprised. I think they got a little bit punched in the mouth a little bit by Data Demons there. So, rotations that were shown, the ability to swap out too. Once they figured out that the Echo really wasn't working, Legit Twinkie went over to Ash and started getting a lot of spray damage in there with the T. And then Real Plays All Day is putting up the nice walls, putting up the nice multi-freeze. Gotta love it.
Both teams pathing up through high ground here. Not much change in composition. We did get Valkyrie going over to the Soldier. On the other side, Legit Twinkie going over to the Ash. Both looking for a little bit more long-range damage here as we come into Mecha Base. Valkyrie is going to find the head of Zoc Hamwell, but they lose Iron Man in the process. Iron Man's going to get rezzed, and Guardians still missing their main tank. As it does look like Data Demons are going to move on to the objective. May trying to come down there, contest. Has to use that ice block just to hold some ground there for a bit. Whittle down low and just gets smashed on the dome as Debilly drops the pile driver right on her head. Now the rest of Guardians trying to push on to the point. Tweaky low in the back line, but still finding some shots. Can they finish off Hulk Smash? Super low there in the back. War Machine whittled down to nothing as well. Does get taken out by the TNT from Legit Twinkie, who's just been sitting back here on 80 health forever. I think DeBilly finally realizes he goes in there and finishes him off. Meanwhile, back on the front line, though, Guardians winning the battle. Elvish getting a nice kill onto the Mercy here, and they're going to get first control started for us here on Mecha Base.
Maybe. It depends on if DeBilly ever gets killed on this wrecking ball.
Yeah, he rolled off and gave him the percentage. And now the stagger kill coming through, though they do lose their Orisa on the side of Guardians. Legit Twinkie coming up with a nice pick there, able to stave off any assault or any quick blitzkrieg to take advantage of the missing Orisa.
That fight evolved into a spinning mass of DeBilly going around the entire point, getting grapples everywhere, killing people using his pile driver move to actually get confirmed X kills. Man, bomb coming in over the top. That's gonna be huge.
Yeah, picked off the Mercy, and that's a big, important kill, as you all know. Soundbarrier coming out with Dragons coming through on the other side. Data Demons investing their supercharger as well as those Dragons, and they're going to find 2 kills, but they lose Hulk Smash in the process. Nano Boost coming down onto the Diva here for Guardians. And he goes up to the high ground, trying to pressure out the Hanzo. Meanwhile, on the other side, Tac Visor comes out from Valkyrie, and that took down 2 members. Now he's on fire, but the healer there to keep him alive. In the end, I don't know that Data Demons has the reinforcements to take this thing back, though the Guardians just sitting there with a Pilot Diva and a Lucio on point. If Data Demons strikes now, they might be able to flip this thing over. Bob coming out on the side of Guardians, as you still have Legit Twinkie hiding down below, trying to put some pressure, does get the kill onto Iron Man. Hanzo down, DeBilly down on the Hog. The other 2 members trying to come through pit. They eat a TNT. Legit Twinkie not done, trying to get the kill onto the Lucio, cannot find the kill, backs right into a mine. And this chaotic engagement has just evolved, but all the while, Guardians picking up percentage.
Yeah, and they've got a quasi little bunker set back here on the back to avoid the environmental attempts by Billy to kind of grapple and knock him off. So I mean, they've set their space, and now it's just a matter of will they be able to dislodge them. Zach Hadwell getting huge value with the Orisa right now. Big anti coming in onto the side of Data Demons. That's a huge play coming out of Vortel, my old teammate.
And now Guardians throwing everything in the kitchen sink to make sure they can hold on to Mecha Base, and they will indeed. And Guardians taking our first map handedly in a 1-0 lead here in tonight's series.
Oh man, I think Ball, while very useful, is not coordinating with his team enough to make that worth the while. The mines got limited value. Not the best, but not the worst. But this play right here, the superchargeable lizard, I was making fun of it in one of my scrims. I said, "Everybody's frozen," you know, from the Lego movie. So
that's pretty much what happened there.
Yeah, huge May play from real plays all days. Yeah, this is good stuff. So as I get us into the lobby here and I make my swaps over, I really want to see what will happen for Data Demons, because it wasn't a one-sided affair by any. Both sides showing that they're ready to go, they're ready to fight, and it does go out 2-0 to Guardian, but the individual play abilities from Data Demons right now, they've got to do something to answer what they're bringing in here, because you can't rely on just frenetic play that we saw there. I don't think we really ever saw anything other than the first engagement, like a real team fight.
Yeah, that was a very chaotic second round. Mecha Base just seemed to be one long drawn out fight. Got to give it to Hamwell on that Orisa, though, putting up a nice defense. And like you mentioned, the positioning of that bunker was so important because they had that backsplash wall there to keep them from getting knocked into the drink. And it allowed them to create that massive distance and devalue the soldier a little bit, who doesn't work quite as well trying to span that gap all the way from the top side of their spawn down to the bottom left-hand corner, where you had the Ash just putting in so much work. And the May control right up front. So it was good plan coming out of Guardians. And we can see why they're undefeated so far here in the multi-tier tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. as we go in Kings Row, what are your favorite maps? I always like to get your feel for the maps we're coming into. This is one of the best ones that I think for the hybrid maps. What do you think about the ball play here? Because I don't know if the ball play is going to work.
No, I don't. I wouldn't anticipate that it would work very well. One of the things you got to worry about is just the small, close quarters nature of this map. You've got to get in there and brawl. So I would anticipate some double shield with perhaps a May Reaper or something of the like. You could see some Pharmacy here have some success. But I don't think dive is going to be the way to go, even if it's just kind of in an off roll, put in a Hammond there as an off tank. I don't even think that's gonna buy you much value, or as much value as perhaps the Orisa Sigma will, or even maybe a Diva.
Well, let's get our questions answered as we head into jolly old England, and we take a look at what Guardians is going to bring out on attack, because they were pretty much in control, even though there was a really frantic to those gauge there, especially in mecha base that just evolved into something that you don't normally see.
No, you really don't see. Yeah, those.
You see the top.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of look like a rank game. There's just such broken engagements. Typically in the organized play here, even in Tier 2, you seem to come across a little more cleaner team fights than we saw there on our first map.
Yeah, but I mean, you have to face what you see, and you do see the ball on both sides.
Yes, indeed. Data Demons coming in on the defense. It looks like we had a sub coming in as well.
Yep, Brendan M coming in for Hulk Smash into the DPS role for Data Demons as they start to set up their defense.
Well, and that seems to have swapped around everybody's roles. Nox picking up the main tank mantle now.
Very weird.
And those kind of moves, I'm always questionable. If you can pull it off, it shows some incredible versatility. But I worry that it detracts from the synergy of your team, and I think that's something Data Demons really need right now, is to be behaving as one hive mind. We do have Debilly just in the back, creating havoc here right out of the gate. But whittled down very low. He's sitting at, next to nothing. Make that nothing. And already an early pick as Debilly just kind of seems to feed into the grasp of Guardians. And they're going to give Twinkie on this Junkrat as well as Real Plays some great ult charges. They look to push in and pick up point A here.
Yeah, I mean, and on advantage right now, it's so huge for said team, for the attacking team here. You can't be getting picked off that quickly.
He does make it back into the battle, but Taz comes up with a nice hook. Hammond's down on both sides, and Brendan able to come up with a nice kill onto the Ana. So Vortel back in spawn, and that large source of healing and anti-nades gone with it. And that big move might have just bought the defense enough time to stabilize here.
Well, I mean, Hamwell's going to come back in here. Supercharger already invested.
And Iron Man taking great advantage, finding 2 headshots immediately after that Supercharger comes down. Just ensuring that this defense can hold on. But on the other side of things, what is this composite? What is this tank line that we're seeing? What is this tank line?
Is this the week of 5 heads?
What are you doing, Guardians?
What?
Okay, Hamwell going off of that wrecking ball, indeed, going over to the Orisa. I think that was just part of the plan all along. See what they could get started, and then make the swap, and you don't have to sacrifice some ults. But I think, again, as we saw earlier tonight, it just creates a disjointed feel between your tank line. Oh, nice pile driver. Dragons coming out on the side of the defense. Hammond does get slept. Coalescence used on point. Soundbayer coming out on the side of Guardians as they try to push in, and there's a whole hog coming out as he's able to force the members back all the way towards the phone booth, but doesn't go down. Sound barrier there from War Machine to keep the team alive through the whole hog. Mines invested as well from Debilly. And Iron Man clicking heads and continuing to have a big impact here on the Hanzo as the defense are going to stabilize with about $140 left on the clock.
I'm so confused at what's here on my screen. Oh,
Iron Man with a late kill there.
Yeah, this is just very odd.
I think the hero pools must be throwing these teams, a big question mark. They don't seem to quite know how to adapt here. Yeah, this is looking more and more like a ranked game. But that means you're relying on individual performance to carry the day. And that can be a dangerous Endeavor legit Twinkie. He's happy to oblige you on that when he gets the tire. Falling out of the window, drops down, takes Valkyrie out on the Moira. Nano Boost coming on to Zoc Hamwell as well as Guardians move on to this objective and start cleaning house. And they've got one tick picked up already. Here comes the second. They just have to deal with DeBilly on the Wrecking Ball, who is probably the best stall character of the game, but he is going to go ahead and retreat out as his Lucio comes in. War Machine quickly taken care of as he's the only one left on point. And speaking of points, there's one on the board here for Guardians.
Yep, and he beats a very fast hamster ball up out of there, but not really because he's playing this game where he goes in, decides I'm going to take care of. What was those dragons?
That was directly vertical dragon. I cannot see I've ever seen that before. Perhaps was trying to catch the bulk of the team inside the archway, but Guardians having none of it. They were not in position for that attack. Sound Barrier did come out, so I guess you got a little bit of a victory if you got that ultimate out. Foretell trades for that Hanzo, and here comes the Supercharger on the side of Guardians. Coalescence in response from Data Demons. Diva Bomb thrown in the mix. Taz having making that swap after using Whole Hog on that last engagement on point A. Nox, though, finding a couple kills on the front line, does eventually back up to this last corner, and looks like they're going to forfeit the corner of Bookstore here. This has just been absolutely frantic. 3v3 here on the back of Bookstore. Who's going to emerge victorious? Brennan making a swap over to the Doomfist has found some success as both teams just kind of backing into their corners now, waiting for reinforcements.
Yeah, I mean, no backward push. Well, there's the touch. The backward start is, look, trading out kills. They kill each other into that engagement.
Blizzard coming out on the side of Guardians here as they look to push in and claim this second corner around point B. They still have Iron Man on this Hanzo to deal with, but they've taken out the main tank on the other side. Moira walled off. No fade, no escape. Back to spawn you go. And now it's just a lone Lucio beating a quick retreat and trying to run away. But of course, he still has the hamster trying to commit forward. He will go down.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and slap a label out there. Ball is. He brains out.
Yeah, I'm questioning the timing of some of these attacks. I think you made a valid point there on Busan, where it just seems to be out of sync with the rest of Data Demons here.
Yeah, I mean he's proven all night that he's going to go in, 1v6, and he just never got the test.
Bomb tossed way into the back there by Taz. Looks like they were able to get the shield up. Wasn't quite able to get the camera there in time. Coalescence coming out on the side of the defense, but Sound Barrier in response. And they do have the Doomfist deep in the back line of Guardians, and he's going to go ahead and pop that Meteor Strike to get out. Tries to land on the head of the Mei there. I think she was able to ice block up or escape. Didn't quite see exactly what happened, and now we have Guardians trying to push through this small room.
Oh,
Dragons get eaten! There's something you don't see every day. Great play coming out of Taz on the Diva here. You do have Twinkie with that tire online. Nano Boost ready to go as well. Blizzard and Sound Barrier not far behind as we get a Sound Barrier coming out on the side of Data Demons here on the defense. Nevertheless, Nox goes down. Good boop onto the Doomfist and into the pit he goes. Supercharger is invested late, and they do lose Twinkie here on the side of Guardians. Nevertheless, they're coming up with some good picks here.
Yeah, I mean, this going so farther than it has been. I mean, huge anti-need thrown in there by Mortel, getting the kill onto Iron Man himself rather than relying on his DPS to do it. I mean, you've got a whole host of ultimates getting ready to be online for Guardians. Here comes the Blizzard out with a nade thrown into the middle of it.
So we have a nanoed Mei. Speaking of things you don't see every day, coming in off the top ropes with that fantastic Blizzard. And they catch Data Demons just completely by surprise. Frozen stiff, majority of them sent back to spawn. Once again, rinse and repeat. You do have the Lucio here on the objective trying to stall. DeBilly coming in on his Hammond. Goes throw the mines down on the back of the objective. Mei is going to ice block up, take care of a few of them that way. Sound Barrier comes out from Elvish Vortex. Nevertheless, Hamwell goes down, Hamwell goes down.
Now you have an Echo on the field now. Brendan swapping off the Doomfist onto the new character, Echo. Already getting some very impactful plays here as they have stalled out. 20 seconds left in the time bank for Guardians. I thought this was such a close.
There comes a 3K Diva Bomb. Taz dropping it in right where it needed to go. Acting like a surgeon with a mech. Now we're getting Supercharger coming out from the defense as they try to hold on, stave off the assault in the very back of point. See here, Coalescence thrown into the mix as well. Coalescence does pick off the Lucio. It's just 3 members of Guardians left on the point. We do still have Junkrat Tire ready to go. Can Twinkie make a big use of it here on the back of King's Row? He's up onto the high ground. He's got to throw it down, but there's nobody left on cart. He does find 3 kills, but it doesn't matter. Time ticks away. Overtime where it burns down. And 64 meters is all Guardians will find here on King's Row.
Oh my, what's been there? He held onto that tire way too long. He was actually up on the top left. As you come down this little glide way here with the point, he was up there uncontested until the Genji finally noticed him up there, went up there and slashed through his face. Man, Vortel putting some okay, I want to point out that Ports right now, not just because he's a friend of mine, but because the play was insane. The anti-nades being thrown in by Vortel right now, completely uncontested. He is getting so much value off of them. It's part of the reason why Debility 1 is going down so fast, because the armor shield that he puts up, it's still not enough with that anti-nade going at him. They're just pouring damage to them. But the focus fire right now is a little bit wonky, for lack of a better word. It just seems a little. It still seems frantic what they're doing. I think they need to breathe for a couple of seconds before they go into these engagements and really decide what they do. But we saw Brendan come out on the new character Echo, getting immediate impact, and he's going to go ahead and stay with the new character, and let's see what he can do with him. Good night.
There's 2.
And in lightning fast time, that is a massive time bank. 5:26 in the time bank, and a stagger kill, which means Taz will be at very back spawn for coming back into his team. As we hit into the street space here of London, I mean, right now, Twinkie coming up, he's putting the team on his back right now. He was one of those ones that we needed to watch, right? Bull Skunk, yes, and he is showing his worth right now, getting his space up in there and letting him have it. He's tired of being bullied around by this ball and this Echo player. And the Genji, I mean, Genji is getting a lot of play here, and he's getting a lot of value, and he's just going to go up there and contest him himself. Yes, Twinkie! Oh! Oh! Oh no. I mean, if that's their plan, then it's a good plan, because there's a self-destruct from the duplicated Diva from Brendan, finds nothing, and so they weathered that one. great value. Huge value out of that nano boost. Even I mean, you confirm 1 kill, and that's the one thing is that you have to realize is that just 1 kill can stop any kind of a push if you're 6'5". So I mean, great value gotten out of that nano boost there. Now, the ball is lurked in the back. Woo! Dude! Yeah, and Twinkie knew that the Billy one was back in his area, keeping an eye on him, actually getting a lot of ult charge out of him. Once again, I'm gonna put the feeder label out there again. That is feeding 101. Stay with your team. It's just, oof. I mean, look at the mines that are all over the point right now, and they're just not affecting anybody from Guardians right now. There's no value in them. Yeah, and she does get the kill on Zoc, and yep, there's the res available. I didn't know if it was going to be available or not because he actually res Vortel on the Ana, and I mean, the nano boost wasn't boost. It wasn't boost. Let me try that again. Was invested in boost. Go in boost. Bomb again, bomb again, bomb again, bomb again. Oh my god, he got another one! Now, yeah, and Brendan is almost to a blizzard. Here comes a blizzard coming out from him. Yep, and they've got ultimate coming online here for them, but I mean, Snowball could be complete. All you have available in the box really is mines and supercharger for the offense now, and you've got the all-important Blizzard. You've got Bomb coming online. You've got that's it right now, Blizzard and Bomb. So I mean, that could be a very fruitful combo. Oh, what a grenade to the face of Brendan! Legit Twinkie coming up huge there.
Yeah, that was a nice shot. Replays takes out Debillia and the Baku once again through mines, way behind the bulk of Guardians. And now, Replays with that Blizzard online, walling in the Orisa. She cannot escape, has to use Fortify. Still, it's not enough. Tries to fall back in the safe embrace of the Moira. but cannot stay standing. And now Real Play's just pushing this advantage. Falls into a nice kill onto War Machine. And with just 30 seconds on the clock, this has got to be a reset coming out of Data Demons.
Oh, I would have held the charger just a little bit longer, because that's gonna fire here in about 5 seconds.
Yeah, just as Data Demons turn the corner, that supercharger does indeed go down. Brennan trying to fly over the top, see if they can find, as the defense here taking up a couple different high ground positions. And Taz throwing another bomb into the corner. This one not finding anyone. The first of the match that seems to have been unsuccessful. And now we're going to get Sound Barrier coming out, as well as Coalescence on the side of the attackers. But here comes the Blizzard. 2 kills already found by that tire, thrown into the mix as well. That takes out Valkyrie. Nox is going to fall. And this is going to be it. Guardians will take a 2-0 lead here in this match.
My heart right now is beating a tattoo so fast. That's stressful stuff, Guardians. What the hell? Oh my goodness. I mean, basically, yeah, that was something.
That was definitely something.
That was something. I think the frenetic nature and the Billy right now is just feeding his brains out, to the detriment of his team, because he's getting antied almost every single time he tries to go behind there. Vortel has his number. As far as when he comes to the team, he's just saving that Bionade. It's on cooldown for him, and he's just saving it for the Wrecking Ball. And every time that he comes in, he gets naded, he gets antied, no healing available to him, and he gets down. So, yeah, that's some weird champ from me. Continue to play like that. You're not getting the value that you think you're getting. The mines, I don't think I counted more than 2 kills on mines.
Yeah, I mean, you got a question. To me, it's the timing. It's not something. The composition can work, but the timing just seems not there. Just seems off.
So I mean, but still, if we look at it from the other side, Guardians playing some very good Overwatch there, marshaling their resources, marshaling their team together, using the ultimates very wisely through the streets phase, because it started out at 5 minutes 24 seconds. And they had it almost down to overtime. I think they did get it to overtime, as a matter of fact, in the streets phase there. So,
yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, great positional play from Guardians, great discipline on the ultimates. They knew what they wanted to do. They knew how they had to do it. Their win condition was set by themselves with how weird that last offense went. Yeah, it's... right now, I think that the class coming out from Guardian right now, as they are playing as a single hive mind instead of 6 desperate voices trying to do things on their own.
Well, we'll see if Data Demons can pull it back. We're going to take a quick break. We'll see you back here on Temple of Anubis. Y'all don't go anywhere. Well, welcome back, my friends, to the Console Overwatch Multi-Tier Tournament. My name is Bullskunk, here with Chef Billy, bringing you some Tier 2 action here in our second match of our doubleheader on this fine Saturday evening. So far, Guardians looking dominant with a 2-0 lead here at halftime. And as we head into Temple of Anubis, Billy, what can Data Demons do to improve and bring this thing back? Perhaps take a map off of Guardians here.
Play as a team.
Yeah.
Quit feeding your brains out.
Better coordination.
Yeah, better coordination, better team play. I think that they're literally just throwing in ultimates whenever they get them. They feel like pressing the Y button. Whereas Guardians, I think that they honestly, and you and I were talking about this during the intermission, the halftime for us. I think they were genuinely disconcerted by what was going on. Because the play that we're seeing right now is it's anarchy, chaos.
Yeah.
And you said you likened them to the Chengdu Hunter.
Yeah.
And they're depending on their individual playmaker to carry them to win. And that doesn't work here in the CGL.
Well,
no matter what's here, it doesn't work.
Well, one, I mean, you're not Jinmu and leave, but two, I mean, you also have Aiming, who is the best wrecking ball in Overwatch in the world, period. And he attacks with coordination. And if you watch Chengdu, yes, they create chaos and they thrive in that chaos. And in that chaotic engagement, they are relying on those 2-star power DPS on the side of Chengdu Hunters to clean up. And I think that may be the approach here from Data Demons, but the timing is not there. If you look at the pros, they all attack together, even if they're coming at it from different angles. And I think that's something Data Demons really needs to work on if they want this chaotic strategy, the chaos theory of Overwatch to work in their favor. Because, I mean, you're going up against some star-studded DPS here in Legit Tweaky and Real Plays. And it's been a back and forth, and we've seen some good stuff come out from the DPS line of Data Demons, but it hasn't been enough to buy them a map win yet.
Yeah, I mean, the individual plays at times spectacular. It's thrilling and exciting, but it's not how Overwatch is played.
Well, it's not getting the job done here today, at least not yet.
It's not getting the job. Yeah, like I alluded to in the beginning, when I talked about the disparity of what their record is versus what they've actually done. I can absolutely see why they got 0-4'd by a team that we don't know about.
Yeah, that team it's kind of middle of the pack from what we saw in the standings. The team that they got beat by, and they got 4-0 swept by. As we head into Temple of Anubis, and this is, I mean, going into Assault, your teamwork is so important here. I think this is a place where it's gonna go completely one-sided, one way or the other. This is gonna be a tale of extremes here. If I'm throwing out some speculation early, Billy.
Yeah, and they've done it to us again. Roll skunk. Switch roll.
Yes, we do our best to try to organize the roles, make it easy clear to read and understand, and they just keep throwing curveballs at us. Even in their compositions and what role each individual is playing, it seems just so varied and all over the places. We're getting Nox going back over to the support role from what it seems. Meanwhile, we did get a swap sides. We do have Guardians in the blue jersey starting us off on the defense here. Bringing a little Orisa Hog. Twinkie onto the Junkrat. Real Plays onto the Ash. Waiting up on this high ground here.
Oh, legit.
What a start. Yeah, what a start for the defense. And he's already at 53%. Look at the ult charge. Oh, my. What a start here for Twinkie. He's just sitting down on the bottom left-hand side, building up as much as he can. Does eventually get taken out by the Roadhog of Iron Man here. As we are seeing, once again, a very strange composition coming out from Data Demons, bringing us Roadhog and Hammond with Echo and Junkrat in the damage department.
I mean, I can understand the DPS. One's a spammer, one's a more direct fire hero. So I can kind of understand that.
Brennan putting some great damage down on the Ash, circling up to the high ground and denying that, but the Mercy right there, ready for it. Keeps Real Plays alive, and he gets a fantastic fading headshot, using that coach gun to escape, and follows up with a great kill. Now, 3 members of Data Demons are trying to push in low, but it's just a Hog with 2 supports, with a Mercy and a Lucio. Not even a whole lot of healing, and both of those supports immediately sent back to spawn, courtesy of Legit Twinkie and Zach Amwell.
And here is where the rubber meets the road. I think they're basically waiting for ultimates to come online, because their team play right now. I mean, what is the ball doing here? He's standing here taking damage, feeding more into Zach Hamwell's and getting into supercharger in that little wiggle of his left stick. You know, he fed and gave them basically supercharger.
Billy trying to dislodge the center platform here, but Real Plays picks off the Mercy, and no real displacement done by the Hammond. Tank line still standing strong here on platform. It does look like Guardians are going to go ahead and rotate back to the objective, as Brennan and the Hog have moved up onto the high ground. Echo 92% towards that duplicate.
Twinkie, sneaky, sweet, Twinkie. Oh my god. Oh, what are you doing?
He's up there chasing the Hog. Does find the Echo. Real Plays finishing him off, combined with a nice mine. I'm not even sure the mine did any damage. I think Real Plays got the kill before the mine even had a chance to explode. And now the Hog just kind of stuck up here in this very awkward position. Oh, legit. Oh, wow. He whiffed the melee and legit got the kill with 3 HP. grabs the Mega, and now is positioned up on top in a prime spot to drop this tire.
So 6-pack, 5-pack. What is happening is what I said was going to happen a couple of minutes ago. It's going to be, they're just waiting for ultimates, and you come rolling in here and you throw your mines maybe if you can get it.
I mean, if they can get them onto the platform, it might be good, or drop them on the ground where they drop, you know, trying to deny the rotation coming out from Guardians. We did get Brennan swapping it over to the Roadhog for a second. He was immediately taken out of that ultimate. Alex is going to invest a Coalescence here on the side of Guardians, and that's going to find two. Wow, melts down both the Echo and the Mercy out of the sky. Real Play's coming up with a good pick onto the Roadhog. And Twinkie finishes him off with a 2-kill tire. What fantastic performances coming through.
The thing that, I mean, Brendan swapped or duplicated into Roadhog, got hooked in his face hole, and took a left trigger and a hook and a melee to the face all at once, immediately. United, look at that hook!
Oh, wow, what a play. Real Play is following up with a good shot from the high ground as Twinkie is going in to put pressure on the choke. The team of Data Demons just pushing in one at a time here. You can see like 2 or 3 of them still sitting outside the main choke while the rest try to push in. 2 seconds on the clock. Lucio is going to go ahead and touch. We do have Wrecking Ball on the point as well. 2 kills coming through. Iron Man finding a good hook. Might be the opening that they're looking for as the Junkrat sent back to spawn here for the defense. Whole Hog used by Guardians as they try to clean up the back. The Hammond is down. Hog is down. And this is going to be a full hold here for Guardians at Astra.
That is just... I hate to be critical, even though that's my job as an analyst here for the CGL. That was just ugly. I don't know how else to say it. It was uncoordinated. It was amateurish. To put a pin on it, they look like a bronze team, and they're playing in tier 2, and they look like a bunch of bronze players. That's what that looked like to me. And I don't know if they're feeling the pressure of what's going on, what Guardians is throwing it at them. Maybe this is forced. Maybe Guardians has them so ruffled that they don't know which way is up right now. And I'm frazzled by what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
But not to take anything away from what Guardians doing. I mean, they did not just start pressing Y just to press Y. They had a deliberate cadence to what they were doing, and the cadence was, okay, I'm going to pop this in conjunction with this, like the Coalescence. That was a damage boosted Coalescence from a Valkyrie, and she was boosting her whole team. So I mean,
that Coalescence got so much value.
Oh yeah, it did.
Well,
The hook coming from Omosani. I mean, one of the subs coming in on the tank line. Huge play from him, taking the duplicated Hog out of the situation.
Now Data Demons going on the defense here, bringing out the Orisa Zarya. At least we're not seeing the ball on Anubis defense. Oh man, Omo and Alex combined for 2 very, very fast picks, not 10 seconds into the round. Zoc Hamwell on a hamster of his own takes down Debilly, and that is one of the fastest attack rounds of Anubis I have ever seen.
Please tell me again that wasn't Guardians induced what just happened.
Yeah, fantastic play. Like you say, I think they have Data Demons completely ruffled.
Rough. That's an understatement. That's just, good God. Look at this. This is on the attack. I think they got it in 3:30.
Yeah, that's got to be the fastest take I've ever seen on Temple of Anubis.
I've never seen it take that fast. Somebody out there in Twitch land, let me know the exact time so I can actually submit that to Blizzard, see if that's some kind of a record.
Yeah. We want to know. We want to know, chat. Was that an official record for attack on Temple of Anubis? I think it was 30 seconds was the final time on that. We'll have to go back and watch the VOD to be sure. But that's Guardians taking a 3-0 lead and, of course, solidifying their W here in this match. We will, of course, still play map 4. As it is a 4-map set, and those points are super important to who goes into the postseason.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, that's just... I mean it in the nicest way, and I want Data Demons to understand this. I'm not trying to be hateful in any way, shape, form, but that was amateurish at best. I mean, it looked like a bunch of bronzes playing in comp. That
Yeah.
there's no other way to put it. I'm not going to back off that stance. I don't think they were anyway. I think that Guardians has absolutely unraveled their team, their sense of team.
And, you know, I can't help but wonder if, you know, perhaps they've underestimated what it takes coming into CGL, even if it's just tier 2. The level of coordination and teamwork from any of these teams, I mean, even in the tier 1 division, the gold division, you've got to work together. You've got to behave as a hive mind. Even if you don't have GM level mechanics, you've got to play with your team and try to support each other. And that's exactly what Guardians is doing, and we're seeing a very giant lack thereof on the other side here so far.
It is. I mean, it's just. I'm trying to look and see in our feed if I could watch the replay back. If there is, I'll know here in a second because it was literally 30 seconds. I think 35 seconds.
Yeah, they had 2 kills in the first 10 seconds. I mean, just as soon as they hit that platform, 2 kills lit up, and they wasted no time moving on to the objective with 0 resistance.
Yeah,
lightning fast time.
I do have a sub coming in.
Who do we got coming in, Billy?
I'm just gonna make it real quick. Top wage is gonna come in for real plays on the DPS line for meow meow Guardian. As I put David Demons in there twice, I don't take it didn't take my change there. I'll get it changed.
So an interesting swap coming in from the DPS line. Perhaps, you know, just trying to give a little bit of play time to top wage here in the DPS role. They've already, you know, solidified the win. So, you know, perhaps give a bench player time to shine, see what they can do.
Yeah, I mean, this is the perfect time to get that in there. Man, good. Yeah, I mean, coming in, so we're going to see what he can bring to the table for Guardians at Astra on the DPS role, as they are going to be on the attack as we head into Gibraltar here. I'm just I'm a little flabbergasted by what I'm seeing right now, and it's no discredit to what Guardians is doing. I think this is a lot induced by them.
Yes, sir. I'd have to agree with that.
So, I mean, I feel for Data Demons right now. You know, they've got to stay here and play the rest of this map, and I hope that they show a better result here going into it.
And I mean, perhaps they've put a lot of time into their Rhine Zarya, and so the hero pool could be throwing them for an even bigger loop than we've seen from other teams that are very Reinhardt dependent. That's just try to throw some speculation out there, because this is unusual to see this level of discoordination.
It's borderline embarrassing.
Watchpoint Gibraltar.
And I hate to be that critical, and I hate to be that guy, but I am that guy right now. And I mean, this is kind of embarrassing. And regardless, I mean, I was told to watch for the Wrecking Ball player by the captain of Data Demon, and yeah.
And again, I mean, individually skilled, no doubt. We've seen some big plays come through, or at least some good plays come through. But it's that timing. Timing is everything. I can't reinforce that. Timing is everything.
I missed the time, by the way. I feel kind of bad.
There's VODs. We'll figure it out. Heading into Watchpoint Gibraltar, we do have Data Demons going back on the defense here. Showing us the little Orisa Hog here from map 4. Looks like they're going to position themselves up on the high ground. Brendan sticking with the Echo. Iron Man on the Hanzo.
Yeah, I mean, this is a better looking defense.
Yeah,
Has it worked?
I'd have to agree. On the other side of things, Guardians bringing us some Tracer Junkrat. Henwell on the ball. Omo taking up the Hog. So a bit of
anti.
Yeah, huge AT coming in, and Omo is sitting at just so little health. I think he had less than 50 health there. Goes find a nice hook onto the Orisa on the other side. Nox able to back out, find some healing, get behind that shield. Hamwell does take care of the high ground though, cleaning up the Hanzo as it looks like Guardian's just moving and claiming space. And so far, Watch Point Gibraltar, it's going to belong to Guardians.
That is just crazy play. This new player coming in for Guardians, Top Wage, playing the Tracer, taking out people left and right. I'm very impressed by this new player coming onto our field.
Ball coming back in and tries to stall things out. Doesn't even look like the DPS are worried about him. They just let him run into the back. As the cart is just full steam ahead. Ball not doing much to stall it out. Echo coming back in on the top is going to take the duel with the Junkrat up there. Twinkie whittled down low, and Brendan will win that duel. But back on the front line, Omo takes down Nox. Elvish Vortex coming through the kill on his counterpart, Lucio. 1 point on the board, and Data Demons still trying to press the fight all the way back here in point A. Guardians are just moving forward. They're not even paying them any mind back here.
Oh.
Iron Man does come up with a kill onto the Moira, but does sacrifice himself in the process.
Yeah, but once again, the spawn advantage right now is in the favor of Guardians, so why do you take that fight in the back? I don't see the reason for it.
Big minefield.
You're not spawning.
Yeah. Big minefield slam coming out from Hamwell. DeBilly making a swap off the hog, going back over to...
Hold him into the hook.
Oh, nice. What a dirty play. As he gets hooked into the mines. Top Wage coming through with a big pick, takes out Iron Man. And indeed, this newcomer here on the playing field absolutely showing up. Twinkie with a big 2K tire. And that's going to open this thing up. Coalescence invested as well. And this will be 2 points on the board with a massive time bank here for Guardians at Astra.
Yep, and I mean, he's going to come here and try and contest. Nope, he gets caught in the trap by Twinkie. He says, I am done with your rolling around hamster BS. You're done.
Well, while DeBilly's cleaning out mines and traps in the back line, Zockwell running in deep. Omo finding kills on the both supports. What y'all doing? Why? What? Why are the Lucio and Moira so far forward? You're completely disconnected from the rest of your team. Brennan trying to go in and make the hero play, turns into the Roadhog, does get the whole hog out, and Zoc Hamwell falls to that ultimate. And I think that individual play, I mean, that's going to be the only thing that might stave off this aggression. DeBilly's throwing in some mines, but he gets hit by a pulse bomb, deleted, sent back to spawn. Iron Man does find a kill onto the Lucio, but Top Wage in the backline just tearing things up here for Guardians. 26 health and just not dissuaded, going full bore and tries to get the kill out of the Orisa, but here comes the sound barrier, and that alone is a win here for this Tracer. Managed to get that big ultimate out, and nevertheless, the kill's coming through here for Guardians.
Yeah, I mean, trading out there with the Sonic Arrow there to take out the Tracer, that's a really filthy shot onto a Tracer from a Hanzo. But I mean, the damage is being done so quickly by this team Guardians. I'm not sure what they're expecting to do.
Yeah, we had Supercharger thrown in there, Coalescence invested on the side of the defense, Dragons thrown in as well. Oh, but here comes Twinkie, dropping the tires from above. No, the Hanzo takes it out. Good heads-up play coming from Iron Man. He does eat a bit of damage, but he's able to at least stay alive for the meantime. Now there's going to be a duel going on these back stairs. Twinkie's like, nope, going back right to the high ground with his 2 health. I think retreating is definitely a good idea. Cannot find the escape. DeBilly takes out the Hammond, but 2 kills coming through on the other side. Nox goes down, and we're at a 4v4 here left on this point. Hook not quite finding what it's looking for. Omo does have his whole hog ready to go. Blizzard coming out from the defense as Brennan has swapped over to the Mei and built up a pretty fast Blizzard there to try to stave off this aggression. Mine thrown in as well. And I think this will actually call for a reset coming out of Guardians.
Yeah, I mean, the minefield over the point, and then just the inability for Zoc to get out of there with his life. There's a recall, big recall coming from Top Wage. He was like 1 health, and he got out of there somehow. Still, the ultimate battle is in the favor of Guardians in the middle of this extended fight here. 2 minutes and 7 seconds left on the time bank, but I mean, maybe it's time to go to a little bit. Oh!
Yeah, nice pulse bomb onto the Valk. That was beautiful. And so now it's a one-man advantage here for the offense as the Hog managed to take down Hamwell, but they lost Twinkie early on in the fight. Supercharger coming out on the side of the defense, but we got the sound barrier there from Guardian of that Astra. They're going to invest both support ultimates here, actually, and that's going to mean dueling laser beams over this point as Coalescence comes out on the side of the defense. Top Wage finds the kill onto Nox, but does eventually fall to that Coalescence that Data Demons had thrown out there. Saw Campbell putting his mind to the back. That's going to find War Machine, but he gets frozen up. Dragon's coming out over the point here. That was a very interesting Dragons coming out of Iron Man. What that? It's just broken chaos here. Who's going to emerge victorious? The defense looking like they might hold on as Nox finds that kill onto Twinkie.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just a little bit flustered from all the weirdness going on here. Now you've got a swap top wage going on to the Farah. That's going to be an change. Already 50% to a barrage after the first swap.
Yeah, going double spam damage. Oh, and lands a nice direct there in the end to take out Nox. Blizzard coming out on the other side, and Omo is frozen stiff, but the heal's there so far to keep him alive. Top Wage found 2 kills in that engagement. Hamwell coming up with one of his own. Lucio down, and now it is going to be a full steam ahead here to the back of the launch pad. We do have Brandon going over to the Torbjorn to try to make a final stand here for Data Demons. Almost going to invest that whole hog and push Nox down. Coalescence is going to find a kill as well. Lucio coming out to stall, but I don't know how long this is going to last.
Nope, you got Tired, you got Barrage available for Guardians. I mean, this is a longer hold than I even expected, but there it is. 1 minute exactly on the clock. They capture Point B here in Gibraltar, and let me tell you, this has just been a one-way traffic both for Guardians.
Yeah, I mean, they had 3 members still alive on the side of Data Demons. Coalescence was in play. Wrecking Ball out on the field. No one able to touch Cart there in the final meters, and they had full capability to do so.
I have to say that they're flustered. They're probably pissed.
Yeah, perhaps mental boomed a little bit. You know, perhaps
Yeah,
hero pools working against them. Maybe even the map pool, but nevertheless.
Guardians
Guardians, dude, setting the pace here.
Yeah, I mean, that could have easily been a 3-minute capture of Point C. The only reason why they weren't able to do it is because they just had, they didn't have the one-tap ability out there. I mean, you were running Ball, you were running Tracer, you were running Junkrat. Now, Junkrat can get it done pretty fast, but I mean, not as fast as like Hanzo. So, no. Almost Sani on this Roadhog right now is absolutely shredding face. I've not seen a good Roadhog player this good in a long time, and especially in the meta that we're in.
Yeah, you don't see a whole lot of Hog these days, and he's put into great use here on Watchpoint Gibraltar.
Well, he doesn't have anything to worry about. He doesn't have to go through 2 shields. He only has 1.
Now, we did get an early kill on a Twinkie, but res available here for the attacking team. Ball trying to move up through that back stairwell, gets hooked. Iron Man coming back through with another kill. So good shooting coming out of Iron Man on the Hanzo. Legit Tinky does counter back, takes out the Sombra, but it is going to be Nox winning the duel against the counterpart Orisa. So that should open things up here for Data Demons as they try to push through Car Wash.
Yep, Top Wage deciding that Astra was not the way to go, and decided to go over to the winged Egyptian, getting a little justice in the air, give more pressure onto this Iron Man. He was one of the people that we were supposed to look for Data Demons. Not seen. I mean, we see him come up into the feed, and now he is on the wrong side of the kill feed there as he gets leaded by Top Wage on the Farah. This is absolute craziness coming out. What another huge hook coming from Omo Sandy. Good God.
Top Witch coming through with 2 more big kills on the far after deleting the Hanzo. Finds both healers and then turns the attention on to Brennan on the Sombra. 4K for Top Witch here on the Farah with the limited edition Dow Fuel skin. Bird Blue.
Bird Blue. Bird Blue. It's almost like Dumb Air.
Bird Blue.
Bird Blue.
Brennan making a swap, going over to the Echo here as they try to find the back of point A, see if they can push this thing home. They're really close to those mines, and this could be a good place to use it. A little tight space for Guardians to work here on the defense. But they've got to get past top wage on this Pharah.
Yeah, and I'm liking the corner position coming from them. They're using the natural geometry of the map to keep themselves up. That's a good zoning ultimate, and mines are being pushed up over the point there by DeBilly. But he got one.
He did get one, but we got two from the barrage on the other side before getting slept. So that one kill kind of negated here, unless they can manage to push back with a quickness and take advantage of the 6v5. Oh, no,
Nope.
I need healing.
Top wage up there, just making life very difficult for Iron Man on the Hanzo, who, I mean, definitely seems to be a super skilled DPS player, and I think a big reason that Guardians only have a minute in their time bank.
Yeah, I mean, Iron Man is very good. Brendan is also pretty good on this new hero Echo. I just questioned some of the positioning, and I also questioned a little bit of the, that's a sneaky Dragons. I didn't even see him down there.
Yeah, and he's going to find the Mercy with that, so not only denies him healing, but denies the res, of course, as well. Top Rage does go in, take him out. We're back on a 5v5 here on the point. Nice shot! Gets the direct onto the flying Echo. Follows him with a nice kill onto the Zenyatta as well. Despite the supercharger out there, no one looking to the skies, and that is going to be their downfall, as Top Wage absolutely cleaning up here on Watchpoint Gibraltar. And there's only 40 seconds left on the clock for Data Demons to get that first point on the board.
And you had him on the bench. Why?
I don't know if this is a new pickup or somebody just trying out. But man, this guy popping off. Looking killer on this far.
I mean, he's just putting in so much long distance spam damage too. He's playing so smart. Look where he's at. He's using that crate up
blue
there.
box. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Man.
And doing a great job of recognizing, I think Guardians have recognized that they have got to kill Iron Man, and once they do that, the pick potential just goes through the toilet. Not only just because of the Hanzo itself, but Iron Man being probably the most skilled shooter we've seen here on the side of Data Demons. Guardians doing a fantastic job of recognizing their win condition, and they have not only met it, exceeded it in spades, picking up a clean 4-0 sweep here in tonight's T2 match.
That was just dominant from Guardians there, and Top Wage. I mean, does he even? I mean, he was only in there for one map, but does he get an MVP consideration?
We'll give him a tip of the hat, but I don't necessarily. Considering the amount of work we saw Twinkie do all day, I think it would be hard to deny legit Twinkie this MVP, at least in my eyes. Absolutely showing up and popping off what turned into very much a scrappy match, and really a battle of the DPS. Twinkie coming up time and time again with the goods needed to give Guardians the win.
Man, okay, I'm actually going to go against you on.
Yeah, I love it.
I am pulling Vortel. Vortel on the eye with all the anti-nades and the ability to use the nano boost in the most crazy spot, keeping his tank mates mainly alive through the craziness that was going on. I mean, he had it almost on cooldown at points during King's Row. So I give it to Vortel on the support role. Even though I have to give a tip of the hat to Omo on the Roadhog as well. 2 maps in, 2 dominant performance from him.
Yes, sir.
Sock, my friend, he was the main tank all night, and he showed that he is the main tank.
That would be my honorable mention, or the person that I would argue could have taken MVP in my eyes would have been Hamwell, playing the Orisa and the ball with great value, with great effect. All around solid performance from Guardians. Data Demons, they need to go back to the drawing board, work some of the kinks out of their strategies here. Definitely some potential on this team, but they're going to have to tighten things up if it's going to come to fruition.
Yeah, I mean, it was one-way traffic. After King's Row, it just turned into one-way traffic.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, I mean, GG's to both teams, but I mean, I stand behind my statement. It looked like a bunch of bronze players playing on ladder at point.
Well, I mean, Guardians 5-0 now, undefeated, and looking for playoff contention here in the Tier 2 scene. So certainly the toughest opponent Data Demons has faced to date, but Guardians absolutely set the pace, set the tone, and we're 100% in control here today.
Yeah, I mean, that was fast. And I never got my answer, so we're
Well,
going to find the answer.
We're going to find the answer on that Anubis push. That was ridiculous. Holy cow, that was such an incredible map. To witness the performance coming out of Guardians there. But
Yeah,
I think that is going to do it. That's going to bring us to the conclusion of our broadcast. Thank you so much for hanging out with us in this doubleheader here today. We really appreciate all the support, bits, and the subs, the follows, just cheering in chat, spamming those billies. Love my Billy Walls. And thank you so very much. It really does mean the world to us here. It keeps the wind in our sails, keeps us doing this day in and day out. Billy, any final thoughts before we close it out here tonight?
No, I mean, it was a good night of match once again, and we do love you guys. We love everything that you guys do for us, and support is huge, and things coming up in the future for us, it just verifies and validates what we're doing.
So encouraging.
It's so encouraging, and it's so uplifting. And we really do love you guys, and yeah, there's nothing more I can say other than wash your hands, make sure that you're taking care of you and yours. We're gonna beat this damn COVID-19 crap. I'm tired of it. I'm just done with it.
Yes, sir.
Officially.
We're officially done with it here.
We're officially done with it.
Your friendly neighborhood casters are fed up with COVID-19. Go away, virus. Go away.
Wash your hands.
And that's up to us. I mean, gamers leading the charge on this. Play together at home. Wash your hands, practice social distancing. Take this thing seriously. It's really what it comes down to. No joke. It is no joke at all. Yeah, there's not much more I can say on that note except for look out for each other in-game and out. And we will see you next time. Have a wonderful night, everybody.
Bye, guys. Love you.